Hi, I'm Torben Jansen from thoughtsonjava.org with the new Hibernate tip. In this video, I will show you how you can control cache invalidation for native queries. But before we begin, if this is your first time here and you want to learn how to create your entity mappings with ease, build incredible efficient persistence layers with Hibernate, and all types of other Java persistence related stuff, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. And if you have any questions or topics related to Hibernate, let me know in the comment section below. So here's today's question. I was told that native queries remove all entities from my second level cache, but you're still recommending them. Don't they negatively affect the performance? Yes, some native queries invalidate the second level cache. But no. If you do it correctly, it doesn't have any negative performance impacts, and it doesn't change my recommendation to use them. To answer this question in more detail, we first need to discuss which kinds of native queries invalidate the second level cache before we talk about fine-tuning this process. Native SQL select statements don't affect the second level cache, and you don't need to worry about any negative performance impacts. But Hibernate invalidates the second level cache if you execute an SQL update or delete statement as a native query. This is necessary because the SQA statement changed data in the database, and by that it might have invalidated entities in the cache. By default, Hibernate doesn't know which records were affected. Due to this, Hibernate can only invalidate the entire second level cache. Let's take a look at an example in the IDE. Before I execute the following test, the author entity with ID 1 is already in the second level cache. And then I run an SQL update statement as a native query in one transaction. In the following transaction, I check if the author entity is still in the cache. If you don't provide any additional information, Hibernate invalidates the second level cache and removes all entities from it. You can see that in the log messages written by the second transaction. The author entity with ID 1 is no longer in the cache, and Hibernate has to use a query to get it from the database. But that doesn't have to be the case. You can tell Hibernate which entity classes are affected by the query. You just need to unwrap the query object to get a Hibernate-specific SQL query and call the addSynchronizedEntityClass method with a class reference. My SQL update statement changes records in the book table, which gets mapped by the book entity. After providing this information to Hibernate, it only invalidates the region of the book entity, and the author entities stay in the second level cache. Okay, that's it for today. If you want to learn more about Hibernate, you should join the free Thoughts on Java library. It gives you free access to a lot of member-only content, like an ebook about the Java 8 support in Hibernate, a printable PDF version of this Hibernate tip, lots of cheat sheets, and a video course. I'll add the link to it to the video description. See you next week for a new Hibernate tip, and if you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. Bye!